thanks to Junior Achievement, I was able to go out of the country, meet with other different African countries, students with different products, and how they were able to cooperate with one another to bring about their own company. My name is Yakubu Fatima. I'm the CEO, which is the Chief Executive Officer, Junior Achievement Company from Government Girls Secondary School, Abaji.
With my experience from a junior achievement program called Career with a Purpose, I've been able to teach my younger ones on how to choose a career. My name is Zakari Gambo Mariam, the advertising manager of the Amazing Amazons, a junior achievement students company from Government Girls Secondary School, Abaji.
My achievement in junior achievement is financial literacy. Financial literacy is one of the core values of junior achievement. When I first got involved in junior achievement, I thought that it is only businessmen and adults who saves. But later on, when I was now involved in junior achievement, I got to learn that it's not only businessmen and adults that save. Even young person like me can save. My name is Ovome Lisa. I'm the production manager of the Amazing Amazon, a junior achievement student company from Government Girls Secondary School, Abaji, Abuja, Nigeria.
Well, I decided to bring Junior Achievement because I was a volunteer for Goldman Sachs with Junior Achievement, and I remember the first time I went into the classroom, the look of anticipation on the kids' faces, and then when I got involved in the program as well, I was like, wow, if I'd had something like this when I was younger, I would have known from a very young age that business was what I wanted to do. But I took a long time to get there because I did medicine, law, and everything, and accidentally fell into business. And I wanted to bring the opportunity back to other young people in Nigeria because I felt like with a country this big, really not everyone can get a job after school. You really need skills, entrepreneurial skills, all kinds of skills to help yourself know what you want to do and who you want to be, as opposed to waiting for somebody to tell you what you should study and what you should be. And so I started the process of looking into bringing Junior Achievement to Nigeria because of that. And as we rolled into it, it sort of gained momentum in and of itself.
The inspiration for us getting involved with the Junior Achievement of Nigeria is because we identify with their goals, with their objectives, with their ethos. Junior Achievement is committed to the growth and empowerment of young Nigerians. First Bank is committed to the growth and empowerment of all Nigerians. So it's a natural fit, there's a natural marriage in there. Junior Achievement is also one of the oldest and the largest not-for-profits, if I'm correct. And what we believe is, with a heritage brand like that, over the years, the expertise is there. There's a body of knowledge in terms of how to go about ensuring that there's a real impact in terms of what they do and what they achieve. In Nigeria, the impact is quite clear. And because of that, First Bank felt that this was the right partner to go with. As over the years, we've partnered with a lot of organizations, but very recently we joined the board of JAN, so we actually sit on the board of JAN. So beyond partnering with them, we're actively involved and actively engaged in their activities as well, and we help and we contribute and we volunteer executive time in terms of helping to shape the outcomes for Junior Achievement of Nigeria. Specific programs that we've partnered with over the years, we've partnered with JAN. Recently they had a Global Money Week in March, which was one of the ones that we partnered with. Across 8 states in the country, we were there, and it was about financial literacy. Beyond that, we have a program, Future First, which we do with JAN. And also we're looking at employee volunteerism with a lot of our staff committing and volunteering their time through JAN. You can ask, why do this with JAN? I mean, these are things that a lot of organizations probably do on their own. But we believe that actually partnering with a body who already have the expertise and the knowledge is the best way to make sure that there is real impact for the society as a whole. But the key thing for us is, how is Jan different from a lot of others who might be in the same space and doing the same thing? Beyond their expertise, beyond their proven track record, based on the fact that, like I said, they're the oldest, is the fact that what they focus on is in building that bridge between the classroom and the workplace.
My vision for Junior Achievement Nigeria beyond that as an organization will be for the people, our beneficiaries, our students who have gone through our program. If they have written on their CV being a Junior Achievement student or have gone through a Junior Achievement program, then that will be a given that they have the right attributes, they have the right mindset to be very good entrepreneurs or managers. So seeing Junior Achievement participation on any CV would readily recommend you to an employer or would readily recommend you to a business partner.
I see Junior Achievement having an impact in every single child, every single student in Nigeria, primary school students, secondary school students. I see Junior Achievement having an influence in their lives in a way that they have a success story to share with their peers. I see Junior Achievement in every single state in the country. And I see it as an organization that's well recognized in Nigeria as a reputable non-profit organization that they can count on for education needs.
Yeah, basically, but I mean, you want to know what really inspired me to get involved in JA Nigeria and what role Kakawa is played all the years. I would say it is primarily a love to work with the young people and the desire to pay our contribution in ensuring that we optimize the opportunities we have in the young people. I was situated like this. If you look at the population of Nigeria, depending on which data you're looking at, some say we are 160, some people say we are 180. But the fact of it is that 2/3 of the people are under what you classify as young adults. And so when you have almost 120 million of your population, 100 around that neighborhood, you then know that whatever it is we can do to ensure that they are not only equipped, but they are proper, it's something that is worth doing. So as a person, I love to ensure we get the best out of the young one is there. And if you look at what JA stands for, they focus on key areas that we can resonate with: entrepreneurship, work readiness, and financial management. Those are the 3 planks on which they do the work with financial literacy.
All right, thanks. I think Junior Achievement is focused on 3 areas. It's about teaching students and the young ones financial literacy. It's about preparing them for the job market, what we call work readiness. And thirdly, it's about teaching them how to develop their entrepreneurial capabilities. And so if you ask what role does Junior Achievement play in terms of youth of Nigeria, how's it? It's those 3 things. It's really making sure that we have youths that are ready for the world of tomorrow. We have youths that are ready for the job market. We have youths that have the skills that are required beyond number crunching and communication, but skills that will make them to be, if you will, independent, to be financially literate, such that they wouldn't be a burden on others. And given that the school curriculum in Nigeria today does not have all of this, I think Junior Achievement plays a very critical role in, if you will, helping us to get that all-rounded, more ready student that can be more functional and be more successful.
A long story, but I'll cut it short. I was at the conference when I was a final year student, and I spoke about technology, about e-commerce particularly. And at that time, Junior Achievement was looking for, this was in 2000, Junior Achievement was looking for a young person to represent Nigeria at a global conference. And they needed, a young person who was in tech. And I was recommended by somebody who heard me speak at the conference. That was Lanre Onosonya to Simisani. And they invited me over, but unfortunately, I was 1 year older than the cutoff age. So I said to them, well, I'm sorry, I can't, make the trip. It was a trip to the US, and it was really, exciting, but I couldn't make it. But that I could give 1 year of my youth service to Junior Achievement, because I was impressed with what I saw. I walked into the office in UPA House on the 10th floor, and I saw, the programs, I saw the brochure, and I thought to myself, I could spend 1 year there. And the day I wrote my final exam, I got an email from Osai, who was VP then, to Simisani, saying that following the series of interviews that we had had, they were glad to invite me to come and work with them. And I was literally blown away, because I had no idea that our exchange, the questions they were asking me, I thought it was just, curiosity, who is this young man? I had no idea that my interview was being conducted. So that was how I walked into Junior Achievement, June 4, 2001. Planning to spend 1 year. Now, what that 1 year turned into is another story entirely. It turned into 6 years. Junior Achievement provides supplementary economic and business education for young people, and a major role that fills a major gap in education in Nigeria. One of the first phrases that I got introduced to at Junior Achievement was connecting the classroom with the workplace. I mean, I kind of thought that was cool, but beyond cool, it was practical. From elementary school, primary school to secondary school to the university level, and even after that, Junior Achievement contributes to education. From primary 1 to primary 6, there is, from primary 1 to primary 6, you have programs like Our World, Our Family, Our Community, basic, business education programs that at their own level tell them basic. I think primary 4 is Our Nation, where they begin to understand for the first time that there's a difference between adding economic value to the country and just earning an income. And I think at that level, it's very powerful when a young person, I remember one of the life-changing stories that I heard while I was training volunteers, and getting feedback from them at Junior Achievement, was somebody who I think in a third year in one of the schools, and they were talking about tax and salaries paid by government. And so the volunteer asked, who pays policemen? And one of the students in the class raised his hand and said, my dad pays policemen. And everyone was confused, like, okay, what's going on here? Do we have a governor's son in this class that we knew not of, or the president